So good morning, everyone, and we welcome you to this week RigER webinar. And today we will be talking about Subrental Oilfield Operations. Just a few words about the topic of today's webinar. A lot of companies operate by renting out equipment and they rent in from their vendors. It's a process commonly referred to as subrentals. Subrentals are an incredibly smart business model and also can be a nightmare to administer and manage if you don't have an excellent system in place. The Subrental module in RigER was designed with a very simple goal in mind to allow users to rent in pieces of equipment from different vendors, add those to own inventory, and rent them out to clients. Our company originally was founded almost 10 years ago in Calgary, Alberta, and right now we have offices in Canada, United States, and Europe. We focus mainly on mid-sized companies and currently have more than 50 clients, mainly in North American market. Our main mission is to help companies in oil and gas to digitize their operations through mobile field tickets, asset management, integration with different other software, and creating custom solutions for them. And we can say that RigER system is an oilfield operations ERP designed specifically for oilfield service and rentals to manage complex operations throughout the entire company. It helps streamline processes and improve data visibility across all departments: purchases, sales, finance, manufacturing, equipment rentals, on-field services. Users of RigER have their business processes and document flow implemented in an easy-to-use mobile-to-office enabled digital system that allows them to manage work at all stages of value generation: quote and rental agreement, job scheduling, rental fleet management, oilfield calendar monitoring, field tickets, delivery tickets, asset tracking, management reports, analytics, and more. On the next slide, you'll see a few of our clients. We are very grateful to all our clients as they always help us to improve, and we constantly welcome new companies to our RigER community. And the presenter today is Michael, who is a Chief Product Officer here in RigER, and he will talk about Subrental Oilfield Operations and show how they are managed in RigER. Hello, Michael.
Hello. Thank you, Dasha. Hello, everyone. Yeah, we continue our short webinars and describing what we have in RigER and moving from module to module. And today we will talk about Subrental Operations, and this is a very interesting topic and one of the most old, if we can use that word, module in the system. Very, very well developed and existing in the system for a number of years. But we add some new features to this module just recently, and I will present those features today as well. Yeah, we have different words for subrental operations: sublease, re-rent, but the main idea is that we rent equipment from our vendor and rent it to our client. So it means that we rent equipment which belongs to the vendor, and we need to understand how to track this, because it will be two rental operations within one transaction, which become sometimes really, really tough to track. Equipment subrental challenges. First of all, it's an integrated procurement. So you usually the subrental transactions could be long-term and short-term. And with the long-term, usually do not have any problems. We treat them as our own equipment and similar structure, similar calculations. The only difference could be the understanding the rental fee and analyzing are we earning money or not. It depends on the model, Subrental Module, which we will talk about a little bit later. The subrental days calculation is another challenge, because instead of having rental days calculations, you need to understand the subrental days calculations, when it was in, what it was out, and what was the number of days between those two events. Subrental fee calculations is another challenge, and this is exactly what we did our improvements recently. Right now, we have more advanced subrental fee for calculations. And another challenge is just understand the profitability of the entire operations, because sometimes it's just we are not earning any money on the subrental operations, because if we say subrent by days, subrent by months, and rent by days, there are several days in the month when we will pay subrentals fee, but the equipment will be stay at the yard, and definitely the dispatcher need to be aware of that. And another thing about the profitability, when you like to see the chance to replace subrental units in the field by your own equipment, and again, this will give you more profit in this situation. Equipment visibility for dispatching is another thing you need to know. Which serial number is subrental, where is all your subrental units, and how you can optimize your subrental fleet. And of course, equipment tracking as well, because sometimes companies have hundreds of different subrental units with dozens of vendors, and it's really tough to track. And sometimes we see the situation when subrental associated with the maintenance, which become another layer of complexity, add another layer of complexity for those transactions. When we talk about oilfield equipment life cycle, a standard purchase, vendor purchase, and everything appear in the shop or yard. With subrental transactions, we have two movements: subrental in and subrental out, and our relationship between us and vendors become more advanced when we have periodic invoices, when we have swap of the units, return the units, movement units, back and forth. So it's become a more advanced and more critical. And another thing, when we build the entire equipment life cycle, we understand that we have one leg as a subrental operations and another leg rental operations, and our goal is to make everything visible and profitable. So in the system, when we activate the Subrental module, you can see in the rental unit the flag subrentals, and in the item card, we need to set up and identify that this unit could be run as a subrental unit. Usually, our recommendation is to not distinguish rental and subrental units as a different names, because if you have your own units and your subrental units, and you'd like to replace the unit numbers from subrental to rental or vice versa, so in this case, you do not need to change the line name, and use only that swap transaction within one rental unit. So main document which identify subrental operations, which is a mother document for all the subrental transactions, will be Subrental Agreement, where we identify the vendor, we identify the start date. If we know a particular job, we can select the job, and definitely we identify the items, the way how we will pay for the vendor. And in RigER, we have several approaches. When we have subrental per day, we have standby fee, which can work together. We have percentage from the rental fee. This is another way how we can work with other vendors. And flat monthly fee, it's more another way how we can run it. Different organizations use different methods, and we need to understand, even within one organization with different units, you can use different methods. So it's a very important document, and based on that document, we run all the transactions, and based on that document, you can generate rental, subrental ticket, and subrental invoice. Yes, right now we have Subrental Invoice. It's just that new addition which I mentioned. We build the Subrental Invoice to give you users an ability to track all the expenses and treat Subrental Agreement as a PO, Subrental tickets in and out as a bill of ladings, and Subrental Invoice as a final invoice for the services. So in this case, we can create the entire system: PO, ticket, and invoice. And let's talk about very simple operations, the long-term subrentals. When we use our subrental equipment as the part of our rental fleet, just belonging to different vendors. This is very popular in transactions in oil field. And yeah, long-term subrental agreement, we need to use equipment as a part of our rental fleet, need to set up the unit card, and create subrental agreement, subrental ticket in. So first of all, here in the database, we open in the card and understand that it just to be sure that this checkbox is set up as a subrental. It means that this unit we can use for the subrentals. And we when we switch the unit numbers, we can see a different statuses of the unit and the owner. And if we have our owner unit, which is a OFS sandbox, it's a database which we use for today's demonstration, and the other owners, which are our vendors. Okay, and there are several units which is not assigning to the a particular owner, and they do not have a statuses. It means that they are not in the any active status with our organization, but they exist and can be used for our vendor anywhere. So let's start from the rental service agreement, and yes, to find the rental service agreements, you go to the oil field, scroll a little bit down, and open rental service agreements. Subrental agreements here, and we can create a new one. I will select the vendor and select the start date. Let's do the April 1st, and add this transfer pump, and I will probably use another vendor. Okay, and here we have quantity. Say let's do 3 units, and rental per day will be $65. That's it. This is how simply and easy you can create the subrental agreement. As soon as I will post it, I will just a little bit adjust the date and repost it again. So and the next step is to generate a subrental ticket, and here in the subrental ticket I will select the shop. Let's select Odessa, and I will select available items. Okay, so let's do one. Sorry, yeah, just let's do one, and this is it. As soon as we post this subrental ticket, this ticket will be in our activity log. So let me open activity log dashboard, and we will see that this subrental unit will appear in our rental fleet, and we will let me select Odessa, and we will have them in a ready to run status. So this is our unit, and here we see to whom this unit belongs to. This is how we are running the long-term subrental agreement. Now let's continue discussing different terms of the long-term subrentals. So sometimes we have a situation when the job and the entire settings should be run ad hoc. So for example, we have a job with the client, and we realize that our unit not available or need repair or something like that, and we just ask our friend vendor to provide us some kind of an equipment. And sometimes we see that organizations use this as a as a standard practice. So to do that, it will be a little bit clicky, I will put it that way. We need to have something to speed up the process, and I will show you this trick in a second. So first of all, what we do, we set up with whom we like to use this fast subrental agreement. So you see here we have 4 different vendors, and this is how they set up. So in the unit card, you just open the preferred vendors and then set up. Yeah, let me jump back to the unit card, and here in the unit preferred vendors, we have 2 to 3 different vendors, and let me show you how it works. So everything starts standardly from the rental service agreement. We create a new rental service agreement. It's a very standard process. Select customer, whatever customer, location. Yeah. Rig, department, remember Odessa, and line of business rentals. And let's do it as of May 2nd. And we will create this transfer pump, rental per day. Here is our rental service agreement. And the next step, of course, we will approve it, and we will generate the rental ticket. So when we generate rental ticket, of course, we will see a list of our items available here. Okay, but sometimes, say for example, if it's empty, we can create a subrental transactions right from here. So let me save it and start subrental. So as soon as I have several subrental, so we have the subrental transfer pump available for requested one, and subrental, and we can select the unit and one unit number. Okay, and when I will start subrent, it will automatically generate the subrental ticket in, because we already have subrental agreement generated. So, and this ticket generated prior to this rental ticket. So, and this will give us an ability to move forward and run this automatically. So as soon as I will open it, you'll see that this unit already selected here. We can automatically move it to the location. So as soon as I will run the location report, I will see that this unit is already in the location. This is a very sweet and fast transactions, which we highly recommend users to run, because when you have a preset of the rental service agreement, it will automatically generate rental ticket. Same thing when we generate next rental ticket, which will be rig down in this case, and we already have this pre-selected, and I will save it, and when I will run the subrentals, it will when I will post and close, it will ask me should I return this subrental tickets and subrental equipment, and it will be returned to the vendor automatically. That's it. So this is how the short subrental agreements works. Very sweet and fast, and we can move forward. And of course, then the main question is what kind of information we can extract from all those transactions, and definitely we need to see in Oilfield Rental report all the Subrental reports, and let me show you all of them. So when you go to the Oilfield Rentals and open Oilfield Operations report, you go to the Subrentals And here we have 5 different reports. Okay, deployed subrental units will show you the particular information about all your subrental units by vendor client, very detailed, very step-by-step process. Like I can see all the information, all the links which you can open here about your subrental units. And if you have any subrental units sitting in your yard, definitely it's an opportunity to optimize your subrental fees. Another big report is just a subrental analysis, which will show you what is your subrental charges, what is your rental charges, and what is your profit and loss for line by line item, okay, and utilization level, time utilization and dollar utilization, showing here. Subrental days. This is another way how we can calculate and understand what is the subrental days per every single particular unit, and you can track them accordingly. Subrental invoice report, which will show you what situation you have as a subrental invoice, and you can see from what period, from start to end, for what vendor you own the money. And subrental margin, it's a general report which will show you kind of vendor by vendor what is the margin, the dollar amount you have with each vendor. That's probably everything. So thank you so much, and see you next week.